Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Frances Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and today I'm going to share with you how to do the arrow fold. So see and boom. So it's called an arrow fold. So let's get started with the card base first, and this was the Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper. Oops. And today we're going to use the Gilded Autumn Designer Series paper. And if you see, I'm using this print here. We see the copper and the gold, so we're going to mix that. And let's go ahead, and this piece of cardstock, it's very vanilla, measure 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to score this on the long way here at 4 1/4, right in the center. Now for the front of the card, on the short, so that's the 5.5 here, we're going to mark that in the center. I like to use a pencil, so then we can erase it. 5.5, the center of that, it is 2 3/4. Let me put a little bit lower here. 2 3/4, and in the groove here, that's where I don't need another ruler. I just mark that there. Now on the first part here, we're going to mark that at 2 1/8. 2 1/8. So I'm going to mark that right here, that it's in my groove, 2 1/8, and I'm going to come here in my groove and mark that at 2 1/8. Now we're going to flip our cardstock, and where we score, so I'm going to fold it so we can see it better. So from the score to your mark in the center there, so the score, I'm putting that right there in the track of the paper cutter, and then the mark right there at the track. So we're going to score that diagonal. So we're going to score this way. Now we're going to keep that over there, pivot that to the mark we did on the side there at 2 1/8. So I'm going to keep the center right there in my groove and right there. We're going to score this again. Now we're going to go on the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to put our point right in the groove, and our score line in the center of the card there. And we're going to score this. Now lift this up, and again, just pivot this right here. That one was not quite in the center. I'm going to fix that though. Right here. And score. And this one, I can see I'm off a bit. Let's see if I can rescore this. Right there and there. It won't show with the paper on top. Okay, so now what we got, it's kind of a starburst that we got at the bottom. So that's ready. While we get the paper cutter, the layer, like this one was the Pacific Point paper. This one I am using the gold foil. This here measure 5 1/4 by 4. 5 1/4 by 4. At the top on the 5 1/4, we're going to put that at 2 3/8. So after the 5 1/2, after the 2 1/2, it's the middle line between the 2 3/4 and the 2 1/2. 2 1/2. So I'm going to put that at 2 5/8. 2 5/8. And you know what? We're going to put it on the other one, this side, so we won't see the mark. 2 5/8. I'm going to put a mark right here. Now, from the mark to the top here, in the corner, yes, the top corner, and the mark, we're going to cut that diagonal. So I'm going to try to put that right there in the groove, and we're going to cut, flip it around, and cut again. So the point and here, we're going to cut that. So now we got this piece. We're going to put that aside. Now for the top layer, that's the designer series paper. This one here measure 5 by 3 3/4. I want this the top, I want this one the bottom. So I'm going to flip that there. And this one here, it's going to be right at 2.5. We're going to make a mark at 2.5. And again, you're going to pivot this, and we're going to do our diagonals cut. 1, and twist this, and we're going to cut again. All measurement will be on my blog. Right below in the description, it's going to give you the direct link to go to my blog post. Also, all the supplies that I use for this card. So now we get this. Okay. Now we just have to score and assemble. So the card base here, we're going to fold both ends, the first score, the long score. We're going to reinforce this. Very important to reinforce, and then fold it back. And then if you see some mark here, like I get one right there, that's where we mark it, just erase it. Now you're going to fold this in. I'm going to remove my mark and fold that back. Now reinforce all your score line. And now we should have our arrow fold. See? Now let me, because we had that extra score there that was not right, let me burn that. Here we go. Now first let's glue this together. I like to use liquid glue for this. So on this part, this burst here, we're going to put the glue here. And now this one you have to be very careful, because we cannot pass, you know, so I go about here and go diagonal down here and then put my glue here. Can go a little bit more, and we're gonna make that bond together. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. That's going to get folded down here. And now here, whoops, going to go right here. And then we're going to make that sure this is bound together so it stays fold crisp and nice. Okay, now we're going to bring our bits and pieces that we cut out here, and we're going to layer them together. So sometimes it's a puzzle to figure it out which way they go. Here we go. So that go this way, and that's going to be the top one. So that don't go this way. It's don't go this way. Here we go. So now it go this way. So let's attach this one here. And you can always reverse the designer series paper too if you want different print. And I find it a lot easier to do the twisting, the dancing around before we put the glue, so then you know which way it go. Yeah, I discovered that on the other one that I did there. Here we go. So now, like I said, you could always flip. No, you cannot flip because it's not the way. Yes, we could flip. We could put that there, and then we could put this one there. So let's see when we flip our paper out that look. This is going to get there. This is going to get here. I just want to give it a try there. Oops, I had it right. See how tricky it is? You just have to dance with it. or I can have both. And this one, I want this there, so I will flip them, and we're going to keep that one there and those one there. It's just that it's going to show you different way. So I could have put this one would have went there, see? But I think this is going to give more character to the card. So we're going to go ahead and give it a whirl on mixing our designer series paper. It's a reason why we get two sides to the paper, right? Gonna mount that right there. It's like very easy on the foil paper, so just hold it tight. Now we're gonna do this one. Here we go. I think that this is going to give some different look. Here we go. Now we're going to put the glue in the back of this one. I think it's time for a new liquid glue. Okay, let's open this up here. And you're going to keep about 1/8 of an inch border of the card, because you know it was that layer. I'm going to put that one there. It's very simple. After that, you get the score line. I mean, it's a simple fold, something very different. I had a sample of a card that I received a few years ago. It's been on my discs, or little container that I get cards that I want to make. And I've been cleaning those things, so I'm like, okay, I need to do that. See how pretty that is with that? Oh, that's pretty. Okay, now, or we have to do the dance again? No, we kept it together, right? This is the top. And then I got a fun little technique, or with the foil leaf that I did. I'm going to share that with you in a second. So because we got the copper and the foil there, I did my leaf in copper, but then we're going to do a bow in gold. I like those stones. It really bring that fold together. Really like that. Okay, I'm glad I switched that. Because you see, this is, it's still the same fold, but it looked very different, right? Because we got the same paper. This looked very much different. Okay, I got the leaf that I cut, leaf of love. Well, the die, it's called a stitch leaf. So I die cut this, and so you get the two piece. I got a video I will attach at the end of this one, basic tip on this. So I put this on my foil, like so, and I cut and emboss at the same time. So you just pass that in your machine just like you would die cut another die, okay? So I die cut that. Now I'm using, you can use a low sand sand block, like what you would sand paper, not paper, but wood, but a low grade one. If you see on my leaves here, I don't know what, oh yeah, you can see, I got the gold and kind of, not gold, but copper and kind of a brushed silver on top. I put this to age, so this is how I done it. See, it's just removed a bit of the copper. So I'm keeping some of the copper, but it's just give me different tone in my leaves. See, boom. I don't know how much you can see. It's just add character. Now I'm going to put that right here. Now I got the cord here, the gold cord, and I'm going to do a 3, 4. Oh, that's my granite. He decided he wanted to talk to you. He is a very, very talkative dog, very much so. I'm going to use my tweezer here, and we're going to cut. Well, that is funny. Where's my scissors? Here they are. We're going to cut and cut another piece, and then I'm just going to tie this together here. Usually I do this without the tweezer, but this, the cord, it's very slidey, put it that way. Oh, I have to do another one. Oops, see? You know what? I think I'm gonna have a better chance without that now. So you want, so really this is what I call a Billy bow. That's how I learned how to do it with Billy. Very simple, especially for the one with bow challenge. Really, you're not making a bow, you're making loops. And then you just tie it in the center. That is it to that. And this cord here, it frayed very easy. So we're going to make it fray even more, okay? So I'm just going to bring all the tails at the bottom. It's very talkative. Okay, I got my tail at the bottom there. Let's cut that. It don't have to be all equally, but about the same. And just see, it's all going to fray. So you get all those tails. Now keep those tails together. You're going to take a glue dot in the back. Now you're going to put your glue dot there. So after you put your glue dot, then we can make sure these stay there. So the tail is going to stay together. I'm going to add another glue dot for luck. Here we go. Now I can put that right on my bow. So now you see I got both colors. So I just spread my loop a bit. I got both colors, the copper, the gold, and then to age that a bit, it's kind of a tarnished silver pretty much. It's not really silver, it's more like a tarnish. I'm going to use dimensional to raise not the flower, but the leaf. So I'm going to put one there, and another one. The last one I always say it's for the luck. Here we go. So inside we're going to stamp, it's a greeting in this bundle here that I love. And let me share. Do I want that straight? No, I want that a bit sideways. Here we go. Oh, that is gorgeous. Okay, so the greeting, it's your friendship, it's something I knew I can count on. So really, this card would be for any occasion, just because. I'm a big fan of just because card. The leaf, the little leaf in this, you see it's, I'm going to use this little leaf, and this is the greeting that we're using. So I'm using the bundle. I am stamping the leaf in crumb cake. And it's funny because when I get the paper out, I didn't think I was using that side, but now it's even going to be better. I'm going to put that right here. And then the greeting I'm doing in Cajun Craze. We're going to bring this. Oh, silly, silly. Okay, I knew that would happen. I get my finger very, here, let's see. Okay, 1 second here. See, I got that little dots there. Let me remove that. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to take my greeting, and we're going to stamp that right here. I want to overlap a bit. Voila! You know what? I think we can have another leaves. Well, I'm going to have 2 more. Always odd number. So I'm going to stamp one there. And then one over there. Here we go. So now you're going to say, well, where are you going to write on that? Me, I would just say, thinking of you, sign my name, whatever. You can write there if you want, but always remember that you can always, if you get a lot to say, you can always write in the back. Or you can use a smaller greeting or have the greeting at the top, and then you would have quite a bit of room to write. So it's all depends on how much you like to write. But here it is. Okay, this, now let's make sure this is reinforced there. This turned out very pretty. So here's one, here's the winter one. So to get all the supplies for this one here, right below in the blog, click on the direct link and it's going to bring you right there. This is it for the Hero fold. If you like this, give me the thumbs up. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend. Bye-bye for now.